Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to ZooBox. I'm Shaun, and this is Hot Reacts Only. Today, we're going to be looking at the trailer for The Flash, the Andy Muschietti, Ezra Miller starring film that's coming out this summer. I think it comes out in June. We're going to be checking out the trailer. Now, I have seen the trailer before. It's been a little while. I haven't really watched it since it came out. But I was kind of excited for this movie before the trailer came out. Just kind of hearing the news. Mostly, my excitement was motivated by Michael Keaton returning as the Bat. I was excited for that. I was even excited a little bit for it being a somewhat of an adaptation of Flashpoint. If you don't know, Flashpoint is a 2011 comic book series written by Jeff Johns, which is kind of a universe restarting story. It's Barry Allen goes back in the past to save his mother, and it kind of changes certain things, certain aspects. And they're kind of using this as a backdoor for the new DCEU that's going to be headed up by James Gunn. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're going to just check out the trailer. We're going to have a nice, cool, relaxed, lazy, chill, cozy little thing here, a little video as we check out the trailer. So without further ado, let's just jump into it.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one?
Because this is the world where my mom lives. I'm not gonna lose her again.
Oh boy, here we go. So yeah, right off the bat, they're kind of just establishing this idea that this is Flashpoint. Like if you were familiar with that, you would know that. But I kind of like the way that the trailer starts. It's kind of sort of ominous, earnest dialogue from Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne, kind of setting up the mystery. Like what is going on? What is the intention of the story? What's going to be the main thrust of the story? It's that Barry Allen wants to save this world because this is the one that his mom lives. If you don't know, Barry Allen's mama died by something mysterious. I don't know if they're going to get into it in here. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Reverse Flash or Yellow Flash is maybe the one that kills his mother. It's been a long time. I'm a little rusty on my Flash lore. I don't think they're going to get into that in this movie. It would be cool if they did. Although that would be probably kind of weird, because then that would be setting up like a sequel that's never going to happen. Because like I said, they're using this as kind of a backdoor to reboot the universe. And, it's going to offer a lot of cool opportunities. I like that Ben Affleck's coming back for this. He's even going to be in the bat suit, probably for a couple set pieces, or at least one big one, it seems like. So, yeah, cool.
Time has a pattern that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. It's my face.
Look out, other Ezra Miller. He may assault you. He may assault you in very classic Ezra Miller fashion. He's thrown himself up against the wall. Look at his hands. Look at his hands rising up to other Barry Allen's throat. Classic Ezra Miller stuff.
It's my face. You stole my face.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
See, and I'm actually, as excited as I was at the idea of Michael Keaton coming back, I'm also very excited at getting to see Ben Affleck do Batman one more time. I got to tell you, I really love his take on the character. I love his Bruce Wayne. I love his Batman. Even if those movies themselves weren't entirely successful, I think he does a great job with the material. And he's kind of perfectly suited to it in a way that like maybe you wouldn't have assumed before he was cast, but man, I'm a really big fan of Batfleck, regardless of how I feel kind of writ large about those movies, which I do like those movies. I think they swing for the fences. They don't always connect, but I've said this a million times. I'd rather watch an interesting mess than another fucking mediocre movie, which is most superhero movies. Just a conveyor belt of mediocrity, just fucking being shoveled into your goddamn face.
Destroy everything.
This can't be happening.
Yeah, and I think part of the plot, and I'm not somebody, I have not looked at leaks or whatever, so this is all just speculation on my part. I think part of the plot is that he goes to this timeline where there's no superheroes, there's no metahumans, as they call them. And so when Zod came, there was nobody to stop Zod. So that's cool. I don't know if Michael Shannon actually came back or if they did some sort of CGI trickery and used like old footage. I'm not sure how they did it. I'm not sure how they accomplished it, actually. But it's cool. I actually really liked Michael Shannon as Zod. I thought he was a bright spot in Man of Steel.
I completely broke the universe.
Zod.
We've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans.
And now, see, this is directly from Flashpoint. So in this movie, it's Supergirl, but in Flashpoint, it's Superman. That he's like a government entity has him down in some basement. And he's all weak because he can't be out in the sun. He can't join us in the sun, as Russell Crowe would say.
Now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
I love that they do the deconstructed version of the theme, which is such a popular thing, not just in superhero movies, but I do kind of like it, though. I do kind of like it. I will have to say, though, I know we're about to watch it, but the first time I saw this, like when I saw Keaton back as Batman, I was like a little underwhelmed. I thought this trailer would be a little heavier on Keaton, and I'm sure we're going to get a trailer, maybe in a month or two before the movie comes out. That probably will be heavier with Keaton. This was surprisingly Ezra heavy, which I was surprised by, like I said, because, he's had so many problems. I mean, the guy's a fucking nutcase. He's like some wannabe cult leader, kidnapping underage girls, grooming, all this kind of weird shit, or at least allegedly. That's what the allegations are. But he seems like he's got enough stuff, like breaking into people's houses, stealing their booze, flashing guns at people in Hawaiian bars. He seems like he's kind of a mess. But anyways.
Oh. You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
See, I can't really decide if I like the tongue-in-cheek kind of knowing nature of this part here, because it kind of just undercuts like the gravity of Michael Keaton coming back as Batman. Like I kind of want to bask in the coolness of that. And to me, this little moment here, and maybe it plays differently in the movie. It totally could. This feels very constructed for the trailer in terms of this reveal. But like, I want it to like really land. I want it to feel like kind of powerful. I will say though, I mean, he looks a little stiff. He is in his 70s. He looks a little stiff, but this version of the character, Keaton back in the day in the 90s wearing that goddamn rubber suit was a little stiff. He always was a little stiff. So I don't know if that's intentional, that they're maintaining that kind of vibe, like his gait, the way he walks, the way he holds himself. But I like it. I like it just for stupid nostalgia. I don't have any like kind of deeper consideration for it or anything like that. It's just cool nostalgia shit.
You are?
Yeah.
And I think it's cool too, because we're seeing the Batcave. It's a little dilapidated. Like when we go back here and see what the Batcave looks like. Look, I mean, the Batmobile is covered up. Everything looks dusty, like it hasn't been used. He's getting revealed here. Like, all this stuff is like almost like a little rusty here. It's like a lot of wear and tear. A lot of dust down. I mean, caves are dusty though. Let's be real. Caves are fucking dusty. But during this part, you see like even some of the lights aren't working. Things are flickering. This is a Batman that's been out of action maybe. Maybe he kind of like let it down. Maybe he just kind of succumbed to the state of the world. Maybe that's kind of what it's going to be like. Maybe there's some sort of authoritarian angle to what the state is doing in the government, as we're seeing with Supergirl being held in that prison or whatever you want to call it, that cell.
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
But I don't know. Also, but look at this makeup though. Look at the makeup job. It's so like light. You know, I guess maybe we'd have to go back and like look to see what it looks like, you know, in HD with the Batman makeup back in the day. But I mean, I've seen 89. I have the 4K of 89, and I never detected anything like this. I never noticed anything like this. Now, hey, listen, I get it. I'm nitpicking. That's what I'm doing. I'm watching the trailer, and I'm fucking nitpicking. Also, don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about this Batman being kind of brought into like modern superhero wham bam bombastic like action. You know, because the other movies, the other Batman movies, you know, and I know it's like kind of a product of its time and what they could do, but there is like kind of a groundedness to this. So this Batman, even though I don't know if it's supposed to be technically like the Burton version of Batman or if this is just another Keaton in a different timeline, you know, I don't know. But I do kind of miss that kind of like kind of the stiff groundedness of that character. It almost made it seem more like impressive, like foreboding, menacing in a weird way. Because Batman didn't really have to do very much to like kind of handle business. Like I said, that's not maybe the intention that they had, but that's the way that it came off, you know? That's at least to me anyways. Like I said, I'm very nostalgic for this. Like Batman 89 is such a huge movie for me growing up. I've seen it a cajillion times. And then my son, when he was around 3 years old, became like obsessed with it. It was like one of the only movies that he would, you know, little 3-year-olds oftentimes that you can't like sit them in front of a 2-hour movie. And it's not going to hold their attention the whole time. But for whatever reason, it was Batman 89 and Ridley Scott's Alien. He will just sit there and watch those movies. It's kind of wild.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future.
See, I'm looking forward to, like, again, Batfleck. Yeah, I'm looking forward to just seeing one more cool set piece where Ben Affleck actually gets to, like, be fucking Batman in a more kind of general sense. You know, because he's never got his own Batman movie. We were robbed. Of a Ben Affleck Batman movie. But it'll be cool to kind of see him in action in the way that you might imagine him. And I like the costume, too, and I like the kind of homage with the gray suit and kind of the bluish cape and cowl. I think it looks cool.
What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm
Well, we're Barry.
Oh my goodness, we're Barry. See, there we go. Where are we going here? So there's like some cool stuff here. Again, Keaton here. Being cool. It's going to be in this little set piece here. I don't know. There's something about this trailer that feels like very listless to me. It kind of feels messy in a way that I don't actually think the movie's going to be. But there is just something very slick and almost like overproduced about this that I don't love. Now, I know that's par for the course for this stuff. And they're definitely making an effort to brighten this up. So it's not like, oh, you know, because that's the big criticism of the Snyder movies. It's like, oh, they're so fucking grim dark and everything's poorly lit and everything. So they're clearly making kind of a mission. This is a statement. Like, this movie will be very, very brightly lit. Things are going to happen during the day, goddammit.
Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
Some goofy CGI Keaton over here. Apparently, one of the reasons why this got pushed back to this coming summer was they were working on the special effects, and because they kept having to do all these reshoots. Because when this movie was first shot, they didn't know what they were going to do with the DCEU. They didn't know that they were going to be rebooting it. In fact, the person that got fucked, the the most in this process, it seems like, is Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton, I believe, was going to be somewhat of a linchpin of their new, like, going forward. He was going to be kind of this grandpa Wayne, grandpa Batman kind of figure. He was featured in that Batgirl movie that got canned. And he was going to be in Aquaman, if I'm not mistaken. And he, like, filmed all this stuff, so he got paid. Our boy Keaton got paid, okay? But I wonder how he feels about it. I wonder if he feels, like, relieved. Michael Keaton seems like the kind of guy to me that would be like, well, fuck, I got paid. Like, whatever. Now I don't have to do this shit anymore. Thank God. Maybe he feels relieved. I don't know. Because it seems like this is probably going to be a one and done with Keaton. Because I know that because they had to go and do reshoots and bring Ben Affleck in. I know he was always intended to be in this movie, but I think Ben Affleck went and reshot the scenes that Keaton was in for the new Aquaman. Because if I'm not mistaken, isn't Aquaman 2 going to be the last of these movies? The last of this grouping of things, as far as I understand? Before they kind of reboot everything, which is kind of weird that this is not the last one that's coming out. Because they're going to have Shazam, Fury of the Gods, The Flash, and then Aquaman, I think, comes out in like December. It's weird that that's going to be the swan song. And that this isn't the swan. You would think this would be the one. This would be the period. Or the ellipses, at least. That's kind of strange. It's kind of strange. I wonder how that's gonna work, because does Aquaman take place in a post the Flash world, or is Aquaman actually taking place before this happens, or is Aquaman? Well, no, because it's a different timeline, so it shouldn't matter. But in terms of like the audience understanding what's going on, I mean, that's like a lot of cognitive dissonance that they're kind of bringing. It's almost like they really probably should have. I know I hate to say this, but they probably should have waited until Aquaman came out before they put this out. Should have been like Shazam, put out Aquaman this summer, and then put out The Flash during Christmas. Because from what I understand, this is supposed to be pretty good. They're banking on people really liking this movie. For all the early word, and I think they're even showing it in April, maybe? CinemaCon. CinemaCon's happening in Vegas in April, and that's like a big thing for all the theater vendors to go to, and they put on a big show. They do a few secret screenings. In the past, they did like Top Gun Maverick, Ghostbusters Afterlife, they did one year. But from what I understand, The Flash actually might be shown there at the Warner Brothers segment of the convention. So they're pretty confident about the movie. And from what I understand from hearing from people that claim to know, and people that I think seem like fairly credible in terms of like leaks and whatnot, that the movie kicks ass. So, I mean, relative to superhero movies, I mean, who the fuck really knows? But who knows if we will like it, if the cineasts will like it, if the true movie fans, the true film fans will like it. But I'm hearing it's okay.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm
Well, we're Barry.
Barry, what are you doing?
Our kids are gonna want to see this.
Yeah, but there's something off about the trailer. There's just something weird about the trailer that I can't I'm having a hard time like articulating what it is about it, but it's just like it's kind of flat. Am I the only one that feels that way? I guess I might be. Seems like people are really digging the trailer. They're really digging the vibe. I've heard some people claim it's like, oh, this is like the best trailer ever made. I'm curious. I'm very curious to see what's going to go down. What is this all about? Because the other Barry's already there. There's consequences, dude. Oh, he's got like his Iron Man ring here. His Iron Man ring, does it fold out, and does the suit cover him all of a sudden? I mean, Barry Allen's he's a smart cookie. The World Destroyer, Zod. Again, I gotta say, I'm kind of excited to see Michael Shannon come back as Zod. I really liked him as Zod. Ruh-roh. Oh yeah. Like I don't know. I hope it's good. But the way that the trailer presents this stuff, there's just so many different kind of elements and styles and all this kind of stuff that it seems like in a trailer that it just kind of feels messy, but I could see in a movie it working completely fine, honestly. This is going to be interesting. Kara, actually, you know what she reminds me of? And I know it's in Flashpoint and it's Superman that's in one of these facilities, but if you guys remember, I don't know if you remember, maybe I could be remembering incorrectly. Isn't it during the death of Superman when that happened in the 90s? Did they introduce Superboy in that? Superboy seems like he's kind of in one of these types of facilities where he's being experimented on. He's being kept in there. I have like these vague recollections of Superboy like busting out of one of these types of facilities. Doesn't he emerge from like a sewer or something? It's been a long time since I've read The Death of Superman, but I got sense memories, dog. Again, the Batcave, it looks cool. Like I really hope Keaton delivers, or he's given the material to deliver. Like I said, I don't know if this is supposed to be the Burton one, or if it's just like another variable, another eventuality, or not eventuality, but another possibility of a Keaton Batman. Like, you know, there's so many different Earths in the DC universe, so I don't know if he's supposed to be specifically that one. I would be bummed if he wasn't. I would be bummed if he is not that Bruce Wayne and not that Batman. But this does concern me a little bit, though, right here. And Andy Muschietti, as a director, is a little bit of a hack. I mean, I really didn't really love his It movies, mostly because they split it into 2 movies, and I just thought that was a huge mistake. Because it's like, if you don't have the kid story and the adult story happening in somewhat parallel so they could juxtapose each other, like it really kind of loses a lot. I would love to see like a fan edit of somebody going in and like fixing that and just kind of go to the book and like put it back together that way. I would be totally down for that. Because it's not like the casting I thought was pretty good, but there was something about the movie that just really fell flat for me. I even thought part 1 was kind of rote and boring, and I didn't know if that was because I was just so familiar with the novel itself. I've read it like 3 or 4 times in my life, and I grew up watching the miniseries, so I just am very familiar with that story. So I was like, well, maybe that's why it's not hitting for me. Because he's got like these kind of almost like kind of corny mainstream sensibilities that don't always hit for me. And this introduction of Batman right here, I do find mildly concerning.
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
Even the line delivery is a little weird. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Let's hear it one more time. Listen to how he says it.
I'm Batman.
Like, I don't know. I feel like we could have done that again. You know, got another shot at that. Or, you know, maybe introduce Batman while he's being Batman. You know, it would have been cool if he was like if they did like kind of a callback in a more direct way to 89, you know, because he's holding the dude over the ledge of the building. Who are you? I'm Batman. And like, it's such a fucking great moment. And this feels like it kind of sullies it. I would have liked to have, even if they had made like kind of a more jokey version, like, you know, he could have been like beating the crap out of some guy, maybe holding him over the ledge or something. You're yeah, I'm Batman. And then just fucking throw him or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being unfair. Maybe I'm being silly, but that's just my 2 cents. But I don't know how I just like something about this like bothers me. I don't know why. To see Keaton's Batman in this way, in this kind of modern superhero way, where he's like doing this big, like I said, like bombastic, big swoop move. I don't know if I really need to see that. And he's also like fucking 100 years old. Why can't just let him be 100 years old? Just let him be an old fuck. Just let him be an old fuck. Just do it. Just do it. Because it just seems weird to me, and the fact that this is obviously a complete CGI moment, and it feels a little weightless to me. Not a lot of impact here. mean, we got our boy fucking, our boy Affleck riding that motorcycle, dude. Look at him. He's tearing ass through Gotham, destroying everything. So I guess it's definitely on brand for Batfleck. Just fucking wanting destruction every time Batman goes out in that timeline. People get concerned. People are fucking worried. People are worried when he comes out. They're like, oh my god, am I gonna get my shit fucked? Is my car gonna get destroyed? Jesus Christ, Batman! I thought you were a good guy. And he pulls out the Batman credit card, and he's like, never leave home without it. And he just pays for everything.
If I can't undo what I did,
There he is. There's the stiff old man. Do you think they're going to do any like acknowledging of his age? I assume they have to. I assume that has to play a role. They have to, right? It's like, man, it's just kind of hard to get up, dude. It's just kind of hard to do my thing.
if I can't get back, there might not be a future. What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
And I know it's another nitpick. I really hate that. I really hate this shot. I hate this fucking shot. I don't know why. I don't know why. Something about this bothers me. It just bothers me. I don't know why. Because what the fuck is he doing? Like, this is a movie moment. This is for a trailer. This is a trailer moment. Oh, Batman's got his fist up, and then he brings it down, and Supergirl comes swooping down. Like, who is he hiding Supergirl from? Us, the audience, to reveal it. Andy Muschietti, you fucking hack.
It's not Clark.
My name is
Clark ain't no girl. What the fuck is going on, bruh?
Kara.
I'm
Well, we're Barry.
I will say the biggest surprise to me, though, like at least coming out of the trailer, is that I actually don't mind Supergirl, and I think that the costume actually is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I thought Supergirl might be a one thing that might like kind of bug me to one degree or another, because you know it's like very cynical. The reason why they went in that direction, it seems very cynical to me. You know, I feel bad for this actress though. You know, she had her whole the next 10 years of her life planned out. Oh yeah, I'm fucking Superwoman. I'm gonna be Superwoman. I'm the new Superman for this version of what's gonna be happening. And they're like, nope. Sorry, pal. It's because I already know that they already announced that they're doing a Supergirl or a Superwoman movie. In the new ones, there's no indication whether or not this person is going to stay cast as Supergirl. So I'm curious. Because it's going to be Kara again, and it's going to be her story of her getting off of Krypton and being, I think, on some alien planet or something. I can't remember exactly what they said during the announcement, but like, that's got to suck for her. So, you know, pour one out for Kara, pour one out for Michael Keaton. They had their their plans fucked up. Michael Keaton doesn't care though. He's like, he probably got paid. He probably got paid. He's like, yeah, well, you're gonna fucking pay me. You're going to pay me, dude.
Barry, what are you doing?
Our kids are gonna want to see this.
Anyway, so there you have it. There's the Flash trailer. Now, I know if you go watch some of the TV spots, there's a few other like little brief snippets you can see. Like, I think there's something of Bruce Wayne. He's got like long gray hair and he's like standing in front of a bookcase. The bookcase opens to reveal like an entrance to the Batcave. He's going back down there for the first time in a long time. But yeah, you know, I'm still up in the air. I still really don't know if I'm even excited for it. Maybe I'm just like over it. Maybe I'm just done. Maybe even the nostalgic pull of Michael Keaton isn't enough to make me care anymore. Maybe it's a result of this being just pushed for years and being in development hell and all the Ezra Miller shit that just seems like such a wild distraction. I don't know. I honestly, I really don't know how to feel about it. I don't even having watched the trailer for the past 30 minutes, going through the trailer over and over again, I still don't know how I feel about it. It seems messy, but also in a way that I think will probably be fine once you see the whole movie. I guess we're going to say that. We're going to say that. I think it looks fine. It looks fine. It looks fine. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you guys next time. Adios.